Hello everybody, this is Cookie Lou in Arizona. This is a video about my Easter trip to New York City, visiting my family. This is my Aunt Celia. She's 93 years old, and I stayed with Aunt Celia for 2 weeks. This is her apartment. Um, she has an apartment in the house here. This is the front entrance of her apartment. Through the foyer, you can see the entrance to her place right there, and it's a very spacious place for New York City, I have to say, even though she spends a fortune on rent. It's quite large. Eating kitchen, spacious bedroom. She has a living room, dining room combination here. There's Aunt Seal on the couch. One of her friends called her. As every day, there's at least 2 or 3 of her friends that call. It's amazing. And we were getting ready to leave for Easter. We were going to go over her granddaughter's house, Juliet, for Easter. This is Aunt Seal's bedroom and all the saints that she prays to at night. We went to the cemetery on Easter Sunday, and this is Gary, Aunt Celia's son, such a wonderful man. And he was putting an Easter palm cross at the grave. This is my grandparents' grave, my Aunt Celia's parents. Gary put a new candle in by the grave as well. He thought of that. And Aunt Celia's been going to the cemetery ever since 1957 when her brother passed away. That's me and Gary. And she's been tending this grave. I'd say she goes at least 10 times a year. But she's kind of getting too old to do it now. Here we are at Juliet's house, Aunt Seal's granddaughter, Gary's daughter. That's Juliet's husband, Michael, on the left, Gary, her father, on the right. Michael is a New York City fireman. Aren't they all handsome? Isn't it the truth? And Gary is a New York City inspector. Both these men were involved with 9/11. When the tragedy happened with the Twin Towers, they were there for several weeks doing what firemen do and what building inspectors do. And here's Mike again. He's such a good husband. Oh, that's their first little girl. That's Gabrielle Marie. She's 3 years old. She's so cute. And there's some nashis that we had. And there's Gabby by some of the Easter baskets that were given to her and her new little sister. There she is, brand new. Grace Emma. She was born on St. Patrick's Day. Aunt Celia was in her glory holding that baby. And there's Gabby holding her sister. She loves her little sister. Oh my God, she's just so happy to have a little sister. And she's a good little mommy's helper. Here's Roxy, the family dog. This is just a little lammy stuffed toy that I brought for Gabby for Easter. She got another little toy. It wasn't so little, it was bigger than her. It was a caterpillar. And here she is singing, and that's her cousin, her uncle, her mommy's brother, Stephen. And he was singing with Gabby. He's the one that brought it, him and his wife brought it a caterpillar for her Easter present. There's Gary, her grandpa. This is Christina, Stephen's wife. They're newlyweds. They were married in September. And they're having their first little child in August. And there's the little baby bump right there. And there's another little girl in there that's getting ready to be born into the family. And her name is going to be Summer Violet. And here's our dinner. Of course, it was delicious because Mike is a fireman and he cooked it. All firemen are great cooks. And he made veal roasts and mashed potatoes and corn and green bean salad. And he made some home-cooked muffins, and it was chocolate and pastries and wine, everything you can imagine for you. So this is my Aunt Celia's card group at Our Lady of Hope Church. When she was sick and in the nursing home, she hadn't been able to go to these card games for quite a while. So while I was there, I took her. And guess what this is, people? There it is. Did you ever see such a beautiful thing in your life? A New York pizza. Nothing better. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, the cheese goes on and on. I told my cousin Gary as I want a pizza before I leave, so he made sure I had some. And here's Aunt Celia. 3 days before I left, she wound up in the hospital. She wasn't feeling good, so we had taken her to the hospital for observation. They thought she had pneumonia, but then she didn't. They weren't sure if it was a heart attack. Her heart was good, so they just watched her for a couple of days. So I was there to say goodbye to her, Now I'm home. And this was taken this morning, May 6th, and I was getting a new air conditioner installed in my home. And there's the crane. This was the only part of the installation that really made me nervous. But needless to say, I had two very good young men that were installers, and they got that an old AC off the roof safe and sound. And it was 19 years old. It was kind of still running, but very inefficiently. And I didn't want to get stuck in the middle of this hot Arizona summer without an AC, and it could conk out on me at any moment, so I decided to replace it. So there it was, and I didn't realize until it was actually off the roof and I got a good look at it how bad it really was. I mean, oh, look at this thing. It's just a rusty old mess. I'm surprised that it lasted as long as it did. 19 years was enough, I guess. So here's a new one going up on the roof, and it made its journey safe and sound. And there they are disconnecting it, and then they started to hook it up. And I had some duct work done inside the house. There was some leaky vents, but anyway, I'm a happy girl. I have a new AC, and this way, I'm sure that this summer I'll be cool. So anyway, just wanted to stop by and say hello and show you some photographs of my trip. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter, and I'll try to make another video again soon. Love you all. Bye out.